Hi everyone, my name is Francesca Nesfield. I am with the Learning Center and basically I am your go-to person for all things writing. So that means if you're beginning a research paper or anything, a discussion post, a journal assignment, basically I would be the person that you would want to contact if you're in need of some help next to Smart Thinking. Let me share with you the Learning Center website. So we actually have a website, and here it basically tells you about our mission, our contact information. But one thing I want to emphasize is our tutoring hours. So we're open Monday through Thursday and Saturday. And long story short, we accept appointments. That's our go-to thing. So if you would like to make an appointment for an in-person or an online appointment, that's possible. So here you would see it says contact the Learning Center to schedule an appointment by emailing or complete our student tutoring request form. Clicking this link will take you here. So this is our online tutoring request form, and it gives you, basically asks you a lot of different questions so we can learn a lot about you. And pretty much we ask what day and time, what program you're a part of, what type of appointment you would like, in person, online. So you may complete this form anytime and we will absolutely receive your data and we'll contact you to confirm the day and time that you select. Also, it gives you more information about the types of services. So we definitely do in-person and online tutoring. We do in-person tutoring here at the Pasadena campus and online coming from the Pasadena campus, but you may be at work, at home, someplace else. So those two options are available. And we can help students brainstorm different ideas, organize ideas, definitely help students with APA. A lot of students say, I want help with grammar and APA. And one thing, my pet peeve is grammar means so much. It means your spelling, your sentence structure, organization of ideas. It encompasses a lot. So pretty much when students say they want their APA and grammar to be checked, we look at everything. So all the way down from the introduction paragraph to the conclusion, all the way down to the proper and possibly improper ways you may be citing sources. So we look at the big picture pretty much. Let's see. We can definitely help you develop your ideas. Time management. Sometimes students have a hard time trying to plan when to write their paper, or it's like my paper is due in 2 days, but I don't have any time today. I'm pretty sure there is at least 30 minutes you can devote. If it's not writing, it will be at least brainstorming ideas, and we can definitely help you with that. Let's see. Here it talks about some of the things the Learning Center is not able to do. And here is some information about working with the tutor. Long story short, we would love to work with everyone, and we highly encourage all students to utilize our service. We do ask that when you create your appointment and receive a confirmation, we would like to have your paper. So let's say you want to have an appointment on Thursday. We confirm everything. We would like to have your assignment before Thursday so we can review it. Each appointment is 60 minutes long, and we want to make sure we use your time and our time wisely. So having your assignments beforehand means as soon as you come in, we can get started. You will already have comments on your paper. We may have questions for you. You will have questions for us possibly already written down. But either way it goes, it helps us to basically work efficiently. And with the Learning Center, you're able to tailor your Learning Center experience based on the questions and experiences you have on campus, if that makes any sense. I'll talk to you a little bit about Smart Thinking and how that's different between the Learning Center online and in person. Smart Thinking is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can access it anytime. It could be 2 o'clock on a Sunday in the morning. Smart Thinking will be there for you. I do want to tell you that the Smart Thinking experience versus the Learning Center experience is definitely different. With Smart Thinking, you don't really know who you're working with. It can be Joe Schmo from Timbuktu. And he will definitely give you information and feedback on your paper, but you won't know the quality of it and how in-depth he will go until you get your paper back. And it may be surface level comments, it may be in-depth comments. That I can't really vouch for. But I do want to tell you is that with Smart Thinking, it may or may not work for you. And between the 3 options, Smart Thinking, in-person tutoring options, and online with the Learning Center, I encourage you to explore 2 of the 3. So let me explain the Learning Center online tutoring. So let's say you have your tutoring confirmation, you send us your assignment, we look it over. What will happen is the day of and the time, you would give us a call. We will be right there at the phone, so we'll answer. And as soon as we answer, we'll also send you your paper that you sent us earlier. At this time, we'll send it to you with our comments, and you would have it in the live environment. And so what that means is, as I type, you can see me. As you type, I could see you. And we'll also be on the phone to just talk, just to help our communication flow a little bit faster. And essentially that means we're able to talk about all highlighted portions, all areas that have comments. There'll be bubbles on the side for you to see. So that's pretty much that. Face-to-face is essentially face-to-face. And again, the same premise. We will already have your assignment in advance. If you don't send it in advance, that's fine too. But we will look over everything. We will not necessarily question everything, but I mean that in the best way possible. We will question some areas that may be missing some information or help you point you in the right direction. Sometimes students may need extra help with research. So from there, we'll refer the student to the library. And that's that. So I'm going to move over to the handouts. I provided 3 handouts, and I feel like this is something that can help you with your academic writing. So the first one I'll talk about is the Say Mean Matter chart. So the Say Mean Matter chart has 3 columns, and let me explain it to you. So basically, this is to help you interpret the things that you read. So basically, it's helping you with reading comprehension and understanding why you're using a particular quote or passage, what it says, what it means, and why it matters. So what it say literally means what it says. What does it say? What is the person trying to convey to you? What is the information being shared? Mean, what does the author mean when the writer says, the paper is blue like the sky? What is this person trying to convey? The person is trying to say, the sky is blue as well as his paper. That's just a basic, simple example. So you understand what does it mean, but how do you interpret that? Does it mean the blue is calming, so when you're sitting outside on the grass, you see the blue sky is just calming, therefore the piece of paper that you see is also calming your nerves in the classroom. That's just a stretch, but that's an example. And then also matter. So let's say you want to use that sentence that was in a particular reading. So the matter is basically you telling the reader, why does it matter? So you explained what someone said, or you wrote word for word, saying it's a quote. Then you wrote what it meant, how you interpret it, you're reading between the lines. Why does it matter? That's basically explaining. So let's say, I'm pretty sure you all heard the phrase, like, I can't read your mind, right? Well, that's the same thing for a writer. So when you're writing, you know exactly what you want to say and how to say it. But as a writer, your job is to make sure the reader can understand it as though they were in your mind. Does that make sense? So it's like if I'm wearing, let's say you were with your spouse and your spouse says, you're leaving again? You have to read between the lines. That means, I want to hang out with you a little bit more. Yes, I'm literally saying you're leaving again, but I'm truly implying you're leaving again without me. I want to hang out with you, that sort of thing. So basically here you have to explain why does it matter to your audience, and basically make sure your reader can understand your thought pattern. So that's the goal of this. This is to help you pretty much work through some of the quotes and things that you want to apply to your writing and help you break it down and further translate it to your audience. The next one I want to talk about is, I'll talk about the AEC method. So this will help you with your writing. So this ACE method talks about assertion, evidence, and commentary. So basically, let's say you're in the beginning of you're in the body of your assignment, and you're not really sure how to create your paragraphs. Well, the first sentence of every paragraph is typically your topic sentence, and that's telling the audience the topic you'll be discussing. You'll be asserting something. So for example, here it says assertion, the problems caused by being overweight become even more threatening than looking at the large population that is affected by them. With steady incline in the obese population, the United States needs a coherent policy in place in order to combat this increase. So that's an assertion. That's the topic sentence. So we know this writer will be talking about obesity in America and a need to place a policy to combat this increasing disease or problem. That's the topic, that's the assertion. Now this person needs to back it up with some evidence. Who else agrees or disagree? So that would be the evidence and example. And it says, according to the CDC, every state has seen some increase of their obesity rates. I won't continue to read, but I think you get the idea. Basically, you state a claim, you want to make sure that's supported by something, not just I say, I say, I say. It's something what other people say as well. Who else out there agrees or disagree with you? If that makes any sense. And then further down is commentary. And here, looking above, it says commentary connects the assertion of the evidence by explaining how the two sections connect and may allude to the topic to the next paragraph. So basically, that's also you interpreting. It's explaining why does it matter. So you said the say, you basically you provided what this means by providing evidence. Why does it matter? That can be sort of your commentary. Why does it matter? What relevance does it have? It's becoming a growing epidemic, therefore, blah, 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 blah. Any other questions? Okay, and then on the back, there are some examples for you. The next document that I have is writing thesis statements and topic sentences. So I want you to be mindful. Thesis statements in your writing is very important, and sometimes you may not need a thesis statement. You'll want to state a research question. But essentially, you'll have an introductory paragraph, and in the introductory paragraph, you will basically provide background information about your topic. Let's say we're talking about people who wear flip-flops. What's the big deal with flip-flops? Why are we discussing flip-flops? Is it becoming a safety hazard for children on the playground because they fall out of their shoes and then they, skid their knee or something like that? So you want to provide a little bit of background information. Then you want to provide your thesis. Your thesis or your research question will tell your audience what this paper will address. So here it says, the thesis statement is generally the last sentence in the introduction and serves as a roadmap for the whole paper. It lets the reader know how exactly what they are in for, outlines the structure of a paper, and addresses the prompts. So yes, it's definitely the roadmap. So from the thesis statement, I will have a general idea of what you will discuss and possibly how you would discuss it. Further down, you will have your topic sentences and your body paragraphs. So that's where this method comes into place with your assertion, your evidence, and your commentary. So let's see. The next section below, it says topic sentences. After structuring a solid thesis statement, the topic sentence within the body paragraphs should correspond with the main points mentioned in your thesis statement. Topic sentences are created to help unify the essay by connecting all main ideas to one another. When done correctly, topic sentences will help emphasize the main ideas by demonstrating a clear connection between them. So pretty much, again, your introduction, brief background, brief history, why you chose this topic, that type of information is shared. Then you provide your thesis statement. You will say, I will discuss why people use blue paint in all classrooms. Then from there, you'll go into, let's see, you said, I will discuss why people use blue paint in all classrooms because it's a growing phenomenon in elementary schools. Then you'll go into your body paragraph and talk about what the blue color means, why schools are moving toward that movement of incorporating more colors than the standard white and beige walls. Are you following? I know it's a stretch. I can't think of any other examples at the moment, but that's the premise. And then again, from your thesis statement, it's supposed to break down the following topics that will be addressed in your body paragraph. Keep in mind, your paper may have 5 paragraphs. It depends. Depends on the requirements of your assignment. And in addition to that, it depends on how much you need to share to make sure your audience fully understands what you understand. And also consider this, when you're writing an assignment, I want you to think, how well informed do you want your audience to be about a particular topic? They may or may not know any information at all. And I like to tell people, let's say you write this paper and you just so happen to leave it at the bus stop. You don't know who's going to pick it up, if it's a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 50-year-old. My point is your paper written clearly enough and explains these large words or large concepts simple enough for anyone to read it? Keep in mind, you're writing for a specific audience, which may be other educators, but nonetheless, can an engineer pick up this paper and read and understand what you're trying to say? Can a high schooler who's on the cusp of trying to become a teacher, trying to decide, can he or she understand your writing? Does that make any sense? Okay, perfect. Any questions so far? All right, thank you everyone. Bye.